All right, this is going to be hard. Sorry I couldn't be there today. I really wanted to, but I wanted to do this and share with everybody some stories of Frank and do it in a safe way and actually have it recorded so you can listen to it again. Um, Frank was an awesome human being. Uh, he was special. He was quiet, but that didn't stop him from saying what he wanted to say or what he had to say. He was polite. He was nice. He was an awesome friend. Even though we didn't hang out or talk all the time, he was always there. He was the kind of guy you can call at 2 in the morning and he would be right there. Um, some of the fun things that I remember, Frank, was definitely the times we had fishing. Frank could fish. He could find a puddle in the backyard and catch a fish out of it. I swear. I'd be fishing right next to him with his bait, with even his pole, and he would catch fish, and I would just be sitting there. he was, I don't know what he did, but he had a unique connection to the the outdoors and especially fishing. Amazing the way he would do it and make it look so easy as well. I don't think I was ever with him fishing where he never caught something, and it was just nuts the way that happened. He some of the funniest stories we have is it was a camping trip with Luke and Nick and obviously Michelle and Heather and everyone and Schwinn, and I can't remember where we were at, but we decided to go out on the lake, and Schwinn was going to meet us on the other side of the lake. At some time he was going to dock, so Nick and I jumped in Frank's boat and went out early, started fishing. Of course, I just kept drinking because it's pointless for me to fish when I'm around Frank. There was no way I was catching anything anyway. So I'm hanging out with Nick and Frank, and we're in a bigger lake, and a storm rolls in. And it was summertime. I think it was really hot out. Pop-up thunderstorm on this lake, and we just start getting pelted with really heavy rain. I think it even started hailing a little bit. And we decided we need to get from where we're at to the other side of the lake as fast as we can. So of course, what happens is the motor won't start, right? So Frank's over there trying and trying and trying. The rain is coming down sideways and sideways, and the boat's starting to fill up with water. And we're like, this is it. This is how it ends, right? We're going to have to swim to shore because we're not going to get this motor started. I jump up. I'm trying to figure out the motor. I can't get it. But, we're just trying to figure it out. Finally, Frank gets the motor started. I don't know what happened, but black smoke shoots out the backside of it. And we were just hauling it to the other side of the lake. And there was this division in the lake. It was so bizarre. It was half of the lake was completely thunderstorm, lightning, all this stuff going on that we were sitting in. And the other half, you could see the sun. So it was like this front that was just hovered right over the lake. So we get it, and we just get it as hard as we can towards where we know that Schwinn and Luke and we're coming on the other boat. And we get over there, and we're just soaking wet. Boat's full of water. I'm still drinking beer the whole time. Cole and I are sitting there. We get to where Luke and Schwinn are pulling up, and it's like so happy that we're seeing everybody. And it's like, yeah, we made it. And we're just excited that we didn't drown, and we got to see, Schwinn and Luke. And I'm like, yeah, like, Luke, do you want a beer? And Luke goes, what kind? I'm like, what do you mean, what kind? We're almost drowned, dude. If you don't like the brand of beer, you're not going to drink it. And I just threw it at him, at that point. It was just hilarious because Luke was just like, sure, I'll have a beer. And like not knowing all the peril that we just went through. But it was just an amazing time. There were some really funny stories that I can think of like that. That was one that stands out. There's probably some other ones that are probably not, safe for everyone to hear, but, I'll tell them anyway. There was a time when we were at Tom and Jen's and hanging out and partying, and Frank was had a little bit too much, I would say, and Heather wanted to get him home, so we're trying to figure out. Heather's like, well, if I put him in the van, he's going to puke. So I think Tom's like, I got a bunch of plastic, a bunch of Visqueen. We'll just line the inside of the van with Visqueen, and once we do that, put him in there. If he pukes, you can just take the plastic out. So took a little bit of time to get that all situated, and I think 3 or 4 of us picked up Frank, and we put him in the back of the van. And as soon as he hit the plastic, he shot. He was passed out before that, but he shot right up, and he flew out of the van, just wow, like wide awake, right? And he said that he watched Dexter a lot, and he thought that we were going to put him in the van and kill him, and that's what the plastic was for. So at least he woke up. He didn't puke, and he was okay, and it was safe for the rest of the trip home. So that was another great story. Another fun story is we went down to Blake's wedding. All of us drove. It was Nixon and I and Chris Hawkins and Frank. We rented a car. We drove from Ohio all the way down to the Panhandle of Florida for Blake's wedding, stopping along the way. I mean, I don't think we stopped on the way there, but just the fun times we had there. And I had a buddy of mine, we met down there and actually took us out fishing out there. Of course, Frank caught a bunch of fish. One of the fish that Frank caught, I think, was a catfish. We ended up taking that and sticking it in the back seat of Blake's truck. And I think he found it pretty soon, but we were just doing it as a joke. And I think he caught a shark too. I'm not sure, but we went surfing too. And for the first time ever I've ever surfed, and I think Frank might have been his first time also, but I was out there just falling on my face. The board was hitting me, just getting wiped out the whole time. And Frank pretty much jumped on the board the very first time. Like a buddy of mine showed us how to do it, and Frank did the same, paddled out, jumped on the board, hit the first or second wave, and it was like amazing, man. Anything he put his mind to, that dude could do, and he did it, and it was awesome. I have that video. I'll pull it up, but it was awesome to be in Frank's friend, man. I was lucky. I was fortunate. I think we all were, to be his friend and call him our buddy, and like I said, we weren't always as close as, well, hell, I mean, it's life, we got kids and lives and families, but, we were always there for each other. One thing I guess that most people don't know, but I'll put it out there also, is when Frank was working out of town, when we lived across the street from each other in Swanton, and a cat got hit by a car and ended up in my front yard. And I think camera phones were real early. This is really in the early days, right? So I took a picture of it because I was like, I don't know whose cat this is. There was a neighborhood full of stray cats, right? But I thought it was Frank's cat. So I took a picture. I was like, Frank, is this your cat? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. So I ended up burying the cat in the backyard, for him because he was out of town. And I wanted to ask him if it was his cat to make sure too, because I didn't want to just have Heather come home and have me in the backyard burying some random cat that wasn't his. So, I mean, we were always there for each other. And whenever we needed help, Frank was always there. I mean, the coolest guy. I'd give you the shirt off his back. I love him. I know it won't be the last time I see him. I know all of you guys have amazing stories as well, and I'm sure we were part of it. I'm sure I probably can't remember half of them. But I'm glad that he was part of my life, and I'm so thankful that I got to spend the time I did with him and with all of you. And I know he's not gone. He's right here. He's always here with us. He's not gone away. He's always going to be in our hearts and our minds. And I love you, Frank, and I love you guys. And yeah,